Hey folks, how you going? G'day, Tom here, and the hair is, well, it's not got any product in it, but that's okay. I'm here in my garage, and it's a beautiful day. Look, it's a beautiful day out here, and I'm getting my shit together for an eventual trip, perhaps snow camping, perhaps bushwalking, perhaps something. I'm itching to get out. So with a bit of spare time here on a Sunday afternoon, I thought I would go through my stuff and get it in order because there was stuff everywhere in different bags, different boxes, etc. So what I'll do is I'll show you what I've got and give you my reasons for it. And if you've got any ideas, thoughts, comments, suggestions, if you could pop them in the comments below, that would be much appreciated. Okay, so the lighting is not the best. Sorry about that. But let me show you what I got. Okay, so starting here, these are my snow boots. Now I walk in these, and these are fantastic for walking in boots. They're quite heavy. I need to get some scales and weigh those. But they go really nicely inside these. These are my snowshoes. So these are really long, as you can see, but they take my fat weight, and hence the reason why they're so big. And then we clip one into there and one into there. Okay, and that's for snowshoeing. All right. Then the next thing we have is a pack. Now this is relatively new. This is a F-Stop. What is the brand here? This one is called a Shinn, S-H-I-N-N. And I think that's roughly about, let me have a look. What does it say? Terrible videoing, Tom. I think this is 70 to 80 litres. I think it's 70, okay? I can stack that full of stuff and get it to weigh about 23 kilos, which is perfect. And the reason I've chosen that bag too is because F-Stock is easily the most comfortable backpack I've ever worn, traditionally for camera bags. But as you can see, I don't have my ICU in that, so I'll show you how to pack that later. I've got two tents here. I've realized that talking to my friends who do this hardcore, they don't just have one sleeping bag. They just don't have one tent. They have multiples of everything. This is a new tent that I've not set up before, so I'll need to do that before I go. This is a Hillenberg. I waited literally probably 6 to 12 months for this. This apparently is the duck's nuts for snow camping. One person, indestructible. This is a very cheap one. That's the weight, by the way, 2275 grams. Hillman, got that off Amazon, cost me about 150 bucks. Great for if I'm not going in the snow, but it's a two-person, plenty of room, only weighs a couple of kilos, probably a bit on the heavy side, but that's okay. To go with the tent, there's a blow-up pillow, okay? And then I have numerous sleeping bags that I haven't got out yet. You can see here. A lot of these are just for the kids, for camping and stuff. This one here is my latest one. This one, I'll drag this out. This is how you should store proper down sleeping bags. You don't leave them rolled up because it compresses the down and it means they don't fluff up and they're not as good. But this one's unreal. Let me show you. This one is well, there you go. There's a silk inner, which you should always have, so you don't have to wash the bag. You just wash the inner. Okay, this one is called what's it called? Amplitude. And it goes to, look at this, minus 15 degrees Celsius. It's by a company, Cedar Summit. It's got 750 plus down. This will all be interest to you, Gary. I hope you're watching. You've probably got similar stuff or better stuff, etc. What I love about this sleeping bag, I bought this relatively recently, is that when I spread this out one-handed, I don't sleep very well in sleeping bags if they're like those mummy sleeping bags. So this one here actually spreads out. It's way too long for me, but it's also really wide. I think it ends up being over 1 meter across here, and it's 2.1 meters here. It's massive. It's an extra big one. That's very good. And I've also got, for you, Matthew Crummins, Cameron Blake, whatever you like, this one here, a North Face one, solar flare. This goes to minus 29 degrees. This is a long one, and the zipper's on the right. Let me show you the difference of this one. It's going to be a very long video. Fast forward if you like, or just grab yourself a glass of wine and enjoy. I don't know. This one here, I've got to go to yoga in a minute too. You'll notice the difference here. This one here is sort of equally as long, but you'll just notice that it's not as wide, and it's got that sort of mummy feel to it, whereas this one here still stays wide because I like to sleep in the sort of recovery position, and in this one I can't. and I toss and turn all night. But that one's equally as good. Look how fluffy that one is. All right, so we got that. Sleeping bags, pillows, inners, etc. What else have we got? I do like taking these. These are just dry bags. These are great for just chucking stuff in. You can see I've got more over there. Dry bags, gaiters for walking around if it's muddy. 2 sets of gloves. These are some warm mittens. These ones here are just some thinner ones. And I also, did I get those out? No, I also have a pair of really nice yak wool gloves. This is an ultralight day pack by Cedar Summit as well. And this is just if you're going to go for a walk and you don't want to take that big pack, you just chuck something in that. It's very thin but indestructible apparently. Socks, various pairs of socks to go in here. I usually wear 2 pairs of socks with these. They fit better for the shoes. Whoa, it's hot in this sun. Okay, what's next? Snow pegs for the tents, ultralight snow pegs. Okay, then we've got battery charger, head torch. I'll get on to the rest of that in a minute. Pants wise, okay, overpants for if it pisses down with rain. Underneath that is a pair of really nice warm, these are Kathmandu they're called. Kathmandu, what's the brand? It's part of their X series, I think. Yeah, there you go, X series. They're sort of like almost fleece lined, so they're not for general walking around Australia. They're for more if it's really cold. And then, of course, thermal pants to go underneath. And these are one half of the legs for some shorts I can't find. Need to take shorts. I walked the overland track on the Cradle Mountain in winter last year, and I needed shorts and a t-shirt, believe it or not. I didn't have a beanie, but also a balaclava, okay? In case it gets really frigging cold. For underneath, I've got a thermal top, long sleeve thermal top. I've had it about 10, 15 years. It's got holes all through it. About time I replaced it. This is a recent addition. I bought this on sale through MacPack. It is just a lightweight fleece, but it is super, super warm. Super warm. That's great for wearing underneath stuff. And then what I haven't got here is my down jackets, ultralight down jacket to go over the top of that. And then I'd also have a waterproof or windproof parka to go over that. Okay, walking poles. Can't walk in snowshoes without walking poles. Keep your balance, but you can also use them to propel yourself forward. Medical stuff, sunscreen, of course, firelighters, don't ask. Goggles. I always take a pair of goggles. In case I want to go for a bit of a swim. Some lightweight undies. These are Step One, get some. I friggin' love them. I like taking these because they're super lightweight. They feel great. But they also don't smell. You can wear them for days on end and not get smelly. A few, fork, nice forks, not even a knife, spoon. Some power gels. So these are, high glucose stuff that if you are really just feeling down, you'd low on energy, you suck one of those in, get you going. Lightweight hats. This is an emergency bivvy that if I'm away from the tent and I get separated from the tent in any way, that will save me overnight apparently. Space blanket, fuel for the stove, jet power, there's the stove, just a lightweight one. That's also got like a foldable cup inside it, another spoon, it looks like, things like that. This is just from Anaconda, real cheap, $90 or something like that, works really well. What's this? This is a pack cover, so ultralight pack cover to go over the big pack there. Yeah, these are a luxury. I've got to weigh these. These are hand warmers, but they also act as, you can plug a USB in there and you can use them as a charger. They weigh quite a bit. I'll have to weigh them and decide whether I'd take those or not. Just some, like a towel to wipe yourself off, but there's also another sort of absorbent towel for wiping down cameras, things like that. Some power banks. These are quite heavy. These weigh 400 grams. That's a 2000 milliamp and this is a 3000 milliamp. This will keep all of my emergency beacons, phones charged, etc. A toothbrush, which is probably not really for my teeth, but more to clean cameras and things like that because that's looking a bit feral. T-shirt or t-shirts, just lightweight. You can buy these at MacPack or you can buy them at Kmart or Target or something, really lightweight. Again, they don't smell too much. These are also These are an addition. Don't know whether I'd take these because I've got crampons as well, which I haven't brought out this time around. But these are micro spikes that you can just pull over these shoes, that if you want to not use the snowshoes and use those instead. And then these are a couple of camera bags that I'm trying out. Lowepro just harnesses. You see, they sit around your waist like that. They go through the harness of the pack there, just so the camera's available rather than being in your backpack and having to take your backpack off all the time. Okay, and then food-wise, last but not least, I like carrying my food in just one of these really lightweight bags, okay? And I don't tend to eat heaps. What I tend to have is a really good dinner, which are these backcountry cuisines. They reckon, it sounds like it makes a lot, which is 600 grams. They reckon this gets you through, or can be divided between two of you. No way in hell that's one for me. Heaps of carbs, 103 carbs. Oh my God, don't eat those while you're at home. You'll turn into a fatty boomba. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a fifth one because I'm sort of packing for a 5-night hike at the moment. These I don't take all that often, but this is like a treat, some desserts, you see. Apple pie, apple crumble, and a strawberry something or other. These are breakfast. So these protein bars are what I take for brekkie. I don't eat breakfast generally, but these are just a really easy, high protein, bit of carb for breakfast. So that's my breakfast. These are a treat. These are some, I've got these at Anaconda, backcountry cuisine. These are like having a smoothie at home. You just take the lid off, you fill it with water, give it a good old shake, and it is super yummy, full of sugar, stacked full of sugar. Servings per pack, 1. Quantity per serving, 44 grams of carbohydrates, of which 42 is sugar. So that's equivalent of about 10 teaspoons of sugar in that. But I tell you what, if you're away in the bush for a while, they're better than sex. I'm telling you that right now. Cliff Bars, you can buy these off Amazon in a big box. That's what I do. Again, these are full of carbs, but great that if you just need a quick snack. That's my favourite. White chocolate macadamia nut, yum yum pig's bun. And then another treat that I tend to have is some powdered milk and some powdered chocolate. That's nice while you're waiting for your dehydrated meals to hydrate. You have a cup of that, yum yum. And then also I love these, again, got these off of Amazon. These are imported from the States. This is an electrolyte just in a sachet. One of these a day puts back all that sodium, potassium, etc. that you tend to lose while you're hiking. So I carry at least one a day for that. That is about it, really. There's probably a few things I've missed and I need to check my list, but I've got a list in my phone that I check each time before I go out. There's an emergency beacon that I've got as well. My walking shoes as maybe if I'm not going snowshoeing. Yeah. Let me know what you think. See ya.